This is the T-Rex frame sliders for the Kawasaki 09 ER6N. Also for Versus. But I'm going to install it on my 09 Kawasaki ER6N. And this is what you will get when you take it out of the package. You'll get the two frame sliders. This one is for the left hand side where the left shroud is, and this is for the right. And then you have the two bolts, and then you get a shim here for your shroud, but that's only for the Versus. So for ER6N you won't need that. And then you have your manual as well. Here's what you'll need to complete the setup of the frame slider, T-Rex frame slider. And you'll need the 5mm Allen wrench to unscrew the bolts for the shrouds. And then this long piece here, it's an old-fashioned, but yet it works great. This is the torque wrench that is recommended. And you will need this 15mm socket wrench that you will need to remove the stock bolt, engine bolt. And then you will need this actually for the long piece on the left hand side of the frame slider because you'll need an extension. I didn't have one short enough. This is for the wrench, the Allen wrench. This is the piece that you're going to need, and I believe this is size 5/16. So that's what you'll need. Okay, as you can see, I took out the shroud on the right side of the bike as we are going to install the frame slider on the right side first. The first step is to, after you remove the shroud, is to take out the engine bolt, and then we'll need to insert the bracket. Okay, the screw is out. What came out with that is this shim right here that goes in the middle, in there, as well as this nut that's going to go in the other end of the screw. It's pretty basic, but I just wanted to show it to you anyway. So as you insert the new screw in, what we're going to do is you'll need to insert this bracket like so, and put the screw in there, and put the shim right up in between there. You'll see the gap, and then put the nut behind it, and you just tighten it. Okay, this is what it should look like when you insert that new screw in there. Just make sure when you screw it in, the nut back there fits really well. You see that nut right there? It's actually there's a place where you put the nut, and it really holds it in really tight and holds it in place. So just make sure you screw it tight there so it doesn't loosen up on you when you're riding, and you should be good to go. And then the next step is fairly easy. You put the frame slider in just like so, and then you screw it in there tight, and you're done. Okay, this is what it looks like when you screw in the frame slider. You can see the screw in there. Once you tighten it good, you are all set to go. Okay, I want to back up for a moment and clarify two things. Earlier I showed you in the video the tools that you will need in order for you to complete this project according to the manual. Now the manual called for a 15mm socket and a wrench, just like this right here. It's just a normal wrench and socket. However, the engine bolt, the factory engine bolt, is actually 14mm. So I just wanted to clarify that for you guys. Secondly, the manual also recommended that you would use a torque wrench in order for you to take this factory engine bolt out. Well, I decided not to use my torque wrench. Instead, I just use my normal wrench here to take the factory engine bolt out. It was quite easy. I didn't have a hard time taking it out. I just wanted to clarify that. Obviously, I didn't show you how to loosen it because it's pretty self-explanatory. The other clarification I want to make is when you're ready to put this bracket on, and as you're going to go ahead and tighten this Allen wrench like engine bolt, you will need this extension that goes to your wrench that you can buy from AutoZone. It's a 2-piece. This is one piece here, and this is the other piece, and this is a size 5/16 Allen wrench. And so basically you're gonna tighten it to the right like so, and when that's tightened and you're about to put this frame slider in, as you position the frame slider to go in, you then, if you can see the screw, the bolt in there. As you put the bolt in there, you stick this piece of extension, and just like that, and you begin to turn it to the right and you tighten it. Now, this long extension is actually more helpful on the left hand side of the bike when you put that frame slider on the left hand side, because the left side of the frame slider is a lot longer than this right side frame slider. So you will need this for sure when you're ready to install the left side. Okay, now we're going to install the left side of the frame slider. And as you can see, I took the left shroud out, and I also took out the horn, so that way you can have a clearance to get to that factory bolt, the engine bolt there. And we're going to put the bracket on there just like the other one, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, on this side you can see the factory bolt and the nut. The other one had the shim in between, but this side has the shim built in the motor, or built on the motor. So if you're looking for that, you're not going to see it. I just thought to let you know that. Okay, that's what that bracket looks like on this side, on the left side, once you install it. And you put in the new screw. And again, one more time, check back there the nut. It should be sitting in place, so that way it doesn't move when you were screwing it in. It wasn't moving, but just always double check, make sure that it's good and tight there. And next is screwing in the frame slider. Alright, that's what it looks like when it's screwed in. The inside where the screw is, it's nice and tight, and you're set to go. Okay, a little bit of improv here. As I was putting the horn back in place, I noticed that it wouldn't fit because the frame slider is up against the housing of the horn, so therefore I had to just put a metal shim in between that, if you can see where the horn is and where it's supposed to screw in. And I found a longer screw, and I was able to fit it in properly. So that shim really took that horn away from the frame slider. So that completes the installation of the T-Rex frame slider. Thanks for watching.